皆さんおはようございます。こんにちは、こんばんは。Welcome to the Japanese Easy News Article of the Day for July 29th, 2026. 2026年7月29日の今日の記事でございます。For our headline today, we have 熊本の地震。とても大きい被害が出ている。Here are a couple of vocab words from the headline. We have 地震 earthquake, 被害 damage or harm, 出る to come out or to appear. Alright, jumping back into our headline, we have 熊本. Kumamoto prefecture is called Kumamoto. No something of or in Kumamoto. That's what this no is saying. And 地震 is an earthquake. So the earthquake in Kumamoto. Kumamoto no 地震. とても大きい. We have とても, which is very, and 大きい, which is large or big. And 被害. Higai is damage or harm. This can be to people, property, nature, surrounding areas. Pretty much any kind of damage can fall under higai. And we have ga. It's going to do something. This marks our subject, normally a verb, but sometimes it can be a thing that it is. But in this case, it's a verb, which is deru, to come out or to appear. Can also kind of be like to occur. And then we have this in the teiru form, saying that's the state we are in. We have a lot of damage that has appeared or has come out. And that damage is very extensive or large. とても大きい. So, the earthquake in Kumamoto. Kumamotoの地震. とても大きい被害が出ている. There is a lot of damage and harm, or severe damage and harm that has occurred. Now here is the vocab from our article. We have 爆発 explosion, 起こる to occur or happen, 建物 building, 壊れる to break or to be destroyed, 工場 factory, 煙突 chimney, 折れる for something to snap or to break, 避難する to evacuate, 電気 electricity, 水道 water supply, 止まる to stop or to halt or to cease, 鉄道 is the railway, 道路 is the road, and 交通 is transportation. Okay, and today we have a small grammar point that I'd like to go over. We have the te form with iru. Now, a lot of beginner Japanese textbooks teach this as an ongoing action, and that is true, but it's going to depend on the verb. So when we use a verb like taberu, to eat, if we put this in the te form followed by iru, sometimes called the teiru form, that would mean I am currently doing that action and it's ongoing. So, 今食べている. 今食べています. I am eating right now. But there are certain verbs that are called state verbs, where when we put them in the teiru form, that means it's talking about the state that something is in due to a certain action that has happened. So, for example, we have 水道が止まっています. So, 水道 is the water supply, and then 止まる to stop or to cease, and we have that in the teiru form with mas, right, for formality, but that means it is currently stopped. It's not working. It's ceased. And 窓が割れています. 割れる is for something to be smashed or to be broken. This teiru form, it is not breaking right now. It has been, and it is in that state of being broken. Or finally, 店は閉まっています. 閉まる is for something to close, but 閉まっています does not mean it is closing. It means it is closed. It's in that closed state.
熊本県によると、この地震で12人が亡くなるなど、とても大きい被害が出ています。鹿島町のショッピングセンターでは、大きい爆発が起こって建物が壊れました。3人が亡くなりました。八代市にある工場では煙突が折れて建物が壊れました。5人が亡くなりました。熊本県では9000人ぐらいの人が避難しています。 今も電気や水道が止まっているところがあります。鉄道や道路などの交通にも大きい影響が出ています。
All right, let's get right into the article.
熊本県によると、この地震で12人が亡くなるなど、とても大きい被害が出ています。
Okay, Kumamoto ken is Kumamoto Prefecture. Then when we have niyoruto, this is telling us according to, telling us where we get our information from. So according to Kumamoto Prefecture, Kumamoto ken ni yoruto, kono jishin. So kono is this. We connect to a noun with kono, jishin. This earthquake. De is marking this kind of saying like by means of or due to. So due to this earthquake. 12人 is our counter for people with nin. And 12, 12人が ga is our subject marker. So this is our subject and it's going to do or be something. And the thing it's going to be is 亡くなる. It is going to pass away or die. So 12 people passed away. 12人が亡くなる. Nado. So this is nado, meaning like and things like that. And sometimes nado connects to the next phrase, which is what it's going to do here. We have とても大きい被害. So とても大きい被害. We saw this in the headline. とても大きい被害. Lots of extensive damage が出ています. Exactly how we saw it in the headline. So there is lots of extensive damage that is occurring. And then this nado is telling us that this is an example of something like that. So according to Kumamoto Prefecture, there is lots of extensive damage happening due to this earthquake, such as 12 people passing away.
鹿島町のショッピングセンターでは、大きい爆発が起こって建物が壊れました。
Okay, Kashima Machi. This is Kashima Town, the name of a town. No something of it or in it. Shopping mall or shopping center ですね。A shopping center in Kashima Town. では we're using this de to say it's our location where something's going to happen. And we also have wa, meaning it's kind of like our framework or topic. So as far as in a shopping center in Kashima City, 大きい爆発. So 大きい large. 爆発 is an explosion. が it's going to do something and that is 起こる to occur. So 大きい爆発が起こる. A large explosion occurred. Then we're putting 起こる into the te form to say we're not done with the sentence. It happened and 建物 a building がIt's gonna do something. 壊れました. So 壊れる is to become broken or get destroyed. So in a shopping center in Kashima Town, a large explosion happened and the building was destroyed.
3人が亡くなりました。
And 3人, 3 people が once again they're going to do something and that is 亡くなる. To pass away in the past tense. So 3人が亡くなりました. 3 people passed away or died.
八代市にある工場では煙突が折れて建物が壊れました。
Okay, 八代市. So here we have 市 at the end and this is the name of our city. 市 is city, so 八代 city. 八代市. We use ni with the verb aru here. Aru meaning to exist or to be in a place. And then this ni is pointing where it is going to be or exist. And then all of that is describing 工場, which is a factory. So the factory that is in or exists in Yatsushiro City. では, just like we talked about earlier, that's setting up as far as in this place. 煙突 is a chimney. が, it's going to do something. 折れて, so 折れる is to break or to snap. But pretty much anything when you have a long thing and it goes like this, like you would call it snaps. I don't think we would maybe call it snap in English, but if you look at it, it kind of looks like it, right? If you have this long thing and it goes like, kind of like snaps. But this 折れる here, that's kind of what's happening. So 煙突が折れて, then we're putting that in the te form to say it snapped, and 建物が壊れました. So 建物 building が our subject marker, 壊れました. It broke or was destroyed.
5人が亡くなりました。
And 5人, 5 people が亡くなりました. Just like we had in the previous sentences. So 5 people passed away.
熊本県では9000人ぐらいの人が避難しています。
Okay, 熊本県では. So we have では again telling as far as we are limiting our conversation topic to 熊本県. So in Kumamoto Prefecture, 9000人ぐらい. So 9000人, 9,000 people ぐらい is how we say around. Then we use no to connect two different nouns, which is what's going on here. And our noun is hito. So around 9,000 people が they're doing something, and that is going to be 避難しています. So 避難 is evacuation, 避難する is to evacuate. And you can see we have ている changed in the mas form for formality. But this ている is our grammar point of the day, where it is in that state. So 避難しています. It's not that people are evacuating right now. They have already done that, right? So 避難しています. Yep. So around 9,000 people in Kumamoto Prefecture have been evacuated.
今も電気や水道が止まっているところがあります。
今も, so 今 meaning now, も we're saying like even now, adding on to it. So 今も, even now, 電気 is electricity. Then we have 水道, which is like waterworks or water supply. And then we have this separated with ya. That means we are listing these two things as examples, but not limiting it to them. So 電気や水道が is が says that these two things and the like are going to do an action, and then that action is 止まる to stop or to stop working. And then 止まっている, once again we have our grammar point of the day, this ている. They are in that stopped state. They are ceasing to work. They are not working right now. And then all of that is describing ところ, which is location. So locations wherein the electricity, waterworks, and the like are not working. And such ところ, such locations があります. And あります is to exist, or there are, right? So 今も even now, there are locations, this ところがあります, wherein the electricity, waterworks, and the like are not working. 電気や水道が止まっているところがあります。
鉄道や道路などの交通にも大きい影響が出ています。
Okay, 鉄道 is the railway. 道路 is roads, 道路. Then we have ya, so we're not limiting it to this. Now, a lot of times ya and nado can mean the same thing and they come together. You can kind of double up on that idea of these are the things, but also including other things. But we also have to pretty much use nado when we are connecting to another noun and saying that these nouns in front are kinds of these nouns. And when that is the case, this nado no here kind of means like such as, right? So we have 交通, which is transportation. And then this などの is telling us, okay, these things beforehand are both examples of transportation, but we're also talking about other types of transportation. So, 鉄道や道路などの交通 would be transportation such as railways or roads and the like. Then we use に because we have a phrase 影響が出る that kind of requires a に, but we'll talk about that in a second. And then a も here to say even on these things. And then 大きい is large or big, extensive. And then 影響 is effect, and 影響が出る is for something to have an effect on something. And then once again, we have our grammar point of the day with this ている, saying that is the state we are in. So 影響が出ています. Something is being affected. But we also have 大きい影響, which is a large effect or largely affecting something, right? So all together, this has a great effect on traffic such as railways, roads, and the like. And then I guess this even has a great effect on those things. So this was a pretty serious earthquake yet again, and Kumamoto has had some pretty bad ones recently. I heard that the Kumamoto castle, which had previously undergone a lot of damage during the last big earthquake, it had a little bit done as well this time. They're still working on trying to fix that kind of stuff. But if you're in Japan, please stay safe, be careful. Prayers to Japan. And thank you so much for joining me today for this news article. I really appreciate all the support. It's great to see you guys finding this stuff useful. And best of luck in your Japanese studies. 本当にありがとうございました。またね。